Hey-yo, guys. It is Monday, October 3rd. Tomorrow's election day. I'm getting ready. I gotta go and get money or make my payment for my rent. And I want to talk to you about Snap real quick. I mean, not Snap. Well, yes, Snap, but first of all, I do want to tell you, I was just watching Midas Touch from like a few hours ago, just 3 hours ago, they put it out. That Friday, Bessett was lying. The courts, like I think it was Thursday or Friday, whatever it was, October, when we knew, the courts told Donald Trump, I don't care where you get it or what you get it, those funds must be on the Snap available by October 5th, which is Wednesday, the day after Election Day. Now, you know, they're trying to slow play it and everything, but they're wrong. And apparently, every time, like other judges that are watching between the judge involved and, you know, Donald being like, and the judge is going, listen, mofo, you better give them the fucking money because we see what you're doing. You're fucking lying and you're using food to intimidate voters or lack of food. Get those funds to the people and stop blaming the Democrats. And Donald goes, like he did with the immigration stuff. So, I don't know. But the thing is, with it, food is a little different than immigration stuff. Because food, people can start suffering after a couple of days. Yes, those people were suffering that were not legally supposed to be taken and incarcerated. But it's a little different kind of thing. That's a situation. This is just food that they have the funds for. He's just being a prick. We're going to say what all the other places can't. He's being a prick. He's being a prick and trying to force the masses to vote for them and turn on the Democrats so he can just do what he wants. And we're not letting him this time because we know it's a slippery slope. I don't blame my Democratic people. We told them last time, why the fuck did you cave? We knew why you were doing what you were doing. They're listening to us this time, and they're not caving. So we cannot be yelling at our Democrats. And I don't think anybody that is a Democratic supporter, a left wing, really does. We understand fully. Our people were honest with us and told us what was happening and what they were going to do. And we said, don't you fucking cave like you did last time. And they didn't. We're dealing with it, but they're fighting it. But he's being a prick. But the judges, this is a little different because they're watching everybody in their neighborhoods not having food. They're not seeing, the judges aren't seeing those people in other countries being sent to other countries to be abused and murdered. So, and they know there's no way that too many of us Americans know that there are funds available, that it's just Donald not doing it. And you cannot, as a president of America, do that. You cannot use that. Just like he keeps, all the Republicans are blaming. So, my day is the 5th. The reason they said the 5th is most states, it's usually between the 1st and the 5th. Most of them typically is when they get them. Some states that have less SNAP recipients do it all in one day. So it just depends on your state and how many people they have to process every month. Sorry, had to grab a drink. But the way this is tying in till tomorrow, and this is the red alert. Some Somebody, oh, there's my shark. Ooh, doo, 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 there's my cat shark. Anyway, people will be going to the, and some people that have kids, they barely make it till they get to shopping. Some of them that were supposed to be getting it on the 1st, and today, the 2nd, or yesterday and 3rd, they're probably going to start hurting now. When you go to the polls tomorrow, Pennsylvania, Virginia, New Jersey, when you go to the polls, you remember that seniors, disabled, families, children woke up tomorrow morning with no breakfast. And the parents are hoping the school will be able to provide the free lunch they normally get, because all they've got is dinner, and it's just basically tortillas and beans and cheese. That's dinner. That's the only meal at home that's eaten that day. And no, that's not an impossibility. When I lived in Arizona, that was because it was carbohydrate and protein. It was like, it'll get you through, but explain that to little children. I see at his Great Gatsby thing, there was plenty of food. I'm sure all their children were eating fine that night too. But a lot of us didn't have the money to buy candy because we knew SNAP might not be coming, and we had to save the money that we had saved to buy candy fresh the week before Halloween. And we couldn't, because we had to hold that $20 to make sure. So I usually go through 4 or 5 bags of candy. What the fuck? So while they were partying up in extravagant opulence, kids were not getting candy because parents weren't letting in some places, because Christy Dome threatened they'll get maced. Children. I don't know how anybody can sit here, look me in the face, and tell me, oh, this is all very good. Republicans are doing the correct thing. I want you to honestly explain that to me. Write it right there in the comments. I want you to explain. None of those 5 non-sentence sentences, 5-word non-sentence sentences. None of that crap. None of that bullshit Republican crap cop-out. You make a fucking comment on this against what I'm saying, you damn well better have several paragraphs explaining why you don't think this is inhumane and illegal, against our constitutional laws. And if you're not going to do that, but you don't agree with me, you can just shuffle off from my fucking channel right now. And no, this is not oh, you're acting like a king yourself. This is my channel, because I've gotten several people do that. Oh, well, you're just saying shit. If they don't like it, get, tough luck. That's right, because I'm not a national news outlet. I don't have sponsors. There's nobody running this channel but me. So all you little trolls that I've removed your comments because your negativity is not going to invade. I didn't do that for a long time, but I went through last night and I just eliminated people. Not because I don't want to have pushback, because there was plenty that I left, but the ones that are gaslighting and continue to gaslight even when I point out their errors and give them references in comments, and they just continue their little rhetoric. Not happening. My channel, my rules. That is not being God. That's like a parent saying, if you're over 18 and you're still living in my home, my rules. Because you have the option to leave, type of thing. Donald Trump does not get to dictate the way we live, breathe, eat, shit, piss, and what we wear. He doesn't get to do that. President is different than king. And for all of you mag publicans listening, if you are, there's a big, big, thick book, and it's filled with all kinds of words. Yeah. And it says on the front of it, dictionary. D starts with a D. And very, very thick book. And sometimes there's little pictures to show stuff, but it's not a picture book like you're used to reading. It tells you what the meaning of words are. Look up president, then look up king, then look up authoritarian, then keep on looking like dictator, you know. You'll see there's a big difference between dictator and president. Yeah. So when you're going to the polls tomorrow in New Jersey, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. New York is in there too. I knew it was like the tri-state. New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Virginia, I believe, are the only ones that are voting. If you're voting tomorrow and you're in my polling place, I'll see you at the polling place. If you're in New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Virginia, and you're going to vote tomorrow, while you're in line waiting, look around and see if anybody might have kids or if there's older people in line, and wonder, did they eat this morning because the Republicans who are in power are refusing to pay the SNAP until we bend to what he wants? Until Democratic cities say, yeah, let your ICE in and abuse our people. That's basically why he's doing this. He wants to break the Democrats, and the way to do it is to starve their constituents. Because, you know, it's the only ones he's invaded are blue states. Yeah. Remember that when you're voting. People are starving because the Republicans refuse to use the emergency contingency money that has to be used for SNAP, because the normal SNAP can't be used because the government shut down, but the government shut down because the Republicans won't swear in a Democrat, because that Democrat that won, she said as soon as she's sworn in an actual Congress member, she's signing that release, the petition to force the Epstein files to be released. And they don't want to do that because Donald doesn't told Michael Johnson Grinder that, I'm sorry, Mike Johnson. My bad. So unresponsible of me to accuse him of being in Grinder, even though so many already have and used their screenshots. But I digress. And he will do anything that Donald tells him to do because they're protecting pedophiles. That's why there's hungry people today in America that were supposed to get SNAP and haven't. That's why the Democrats didn't do it. The Democrats are just not caving in and giving in to the fucking 12-year-old bullies. Because this is how Republicans are acting. Like little fucking bullies that take a pissy fit when somebody stands up to them. You know what I have to say to you all? The double fuck you. May your SNAP benefits come in, and may every Republican have every single fucking minute exactly like you voted for.